On today's tip, we're going to talk about planning your studio space. Before you even start to consider recording, you need to find a place in your apartment or your house that is you can dedicate to your studio space. So you could use a home office or a bedroom space where you can leave your equipment all set up and connected so it's quick to do a video. And when you feel like an impulse to do a video, all you have to do is go and set it up and press live. So let's have a look at what you have to consider for when you have a studio space. So we're going to talk about the size of the room. Bigger rooms are better because there's less problem with audio and light. Small rooms can have sound bounce off back and forth from walls. Same with light, it can bounce and it's uneven in one area versus the next, and it can change quickly. Also, you may not find the perfect spot where light and sound are even in a smaller room, whereas a large room you have more choice as to where to put your space. More likely for sound to echo, it will happen in a small room as well. We'll talk about how you can fix that later when we talk about sound, but when planning your space, this is some of the things you have to consider. And also, small rooms, it can be harder to control the light, especially if there are windows. Lights above lighting the room may be too close to recording area, so they could cause uneven lighting on the face and change very quickly during the day. Bigger rooms, the light can be more even in the room. There isn't an echo or sound bouncing. If the ceiling is high enough, there isn't any sound bouncing off there either. The windows are far enough away that natural light doesn't stream in at different times of the day, affecting your light exposures. Windows. Now, some people say place yourself in front of a window and you'll have natural light for your recordings. But the brightness and color of sunlight changes through the day, changes with the weather, and of course there's nighttime. So if you just use sunlight to record in for your recordings, then it limits the time that you can record if you only record when light is in the right place. So it's best not depend on sunlight to light your face or do your recordings on video. So remove it from the opportunity by blocking out the sunlight with a curtain, or by moving to an area of the space where the windows don't affect the lighting, and use reliable daylight studio lights with a consistent light, and you can record at any time of the day or night. The space needed to do face recordings is as much as the size of a desk with lights on either side and a screen at the back, as the background can create quite a small space to do your recordings within a large room. So, sound. However, no matter how big the space you are in, you will need to test how your recording sounds when you set up your studio. And of course, the only way that you can test if you have any problems with your sound is to actually set up your studio recording space. So there are some things you can do beforehand or during the time you're planning your studio space, and so we'll talk about those next time. But we're going to discuss next time how to cut out the distracting sounds. But for now, go look for a space in your house or apartment that has consistent lighting you can control. You can even use a smaller space if you do some of the options that we talk about next time in reducing the echo and bounce of sound. So see you next time.